Hi, I'm Dr. Rod Kurthy, and I'd like to say a few words about Drs Leonard and Michael Valentine. I've known them for a long, long time. First, I want to tell you about my story. I had a weightlifting injury when I was much younger than I am now, and I really hurt my lower back. And years later, I started having problems where, I'd just be walking along, and all of a sudden, I would lose control and go right down on the ground. And when that would happen, it was at least 2 weeks before I could walk again, and I'd have to cancel my patients and cancel my life, for 2 weeks. And that was happening, once, twice, and sometimes 3 times a year for about a 3-year stretch. And I had met Dr. Leonard and Dr. Michael Valentine, and I was very impressed with them. One time in my practice, I got up to say hi to a patient, and I went right down to the floor. And it had gotten so bad that I was having trouble standing once I was sitting, and it was difficult sitting once I was standing. So I was really not having a good quality of life. Well, this one time when I went right down to the floor, one of my patients was a California Highway Patrol officer, big guy, and my father-in-law was there, so I had them actually carry me out to the car. They drove me over to the Valentine's office. Dr. Michael and Dr. Leonard carried me out of the car into their office, and I walked out. It was about 3 hours later, and I was still in a lot of pain, but it was the first time I had walked any sooner than 2 weeks after an episode like that. So they worked on me for a long, long time because I'd let myself just go in that condition too long. But for years now, I've been in great shape, and I have no reason to see them, very frequently, except that about 2 months ago, I fell and injured my back, and they're really getting me feeling better. But another thing I wanted to say is about my patients. I used to practice in a practice not too far from their practice. And when I would have patients that complained about back problems, I'd send them over to the Valentines. And what they used to tell me all the time was, wow, what are these guys, miracle workers or what? Because they always had phenomenal results. Well, back in the mid-90s, I then sold that practice, and I opened up another practice down in Mission Viejo, and still had a number of patients that cared about themselves enough to drive up to see the Valentines. But I had a lot of patients that were just going in to see the chiropractor next door. Really nice guy. And I'd ask them, well, how's he doing? And typically what they would tell me is, he's a great chiropractor, he's a really nice guy, but I have this little problem where it's really different from everybody else. They really can't help me all that much. And I kept hearing that over and over and over again, where with Dr. Leonard and Dr. Michael, every patient I had referred them, every single one was seeing phenomenal results. So I tell everybody about the Valentines. I have for almost 30 years now, and they do nothing but get better and better and better. So if you're having back problems like I've had, those are the guys you need to see because they are amazing.